Welcome to Agriculture in Alabama. The top 3 crops that are produced by value and harvested acreage.
Presentation by Gabe and Brighton. Here are a few interesting facts about the USDA and how they classify the plant hardiness zones in the United States. If you were wondering, it also includes Puerto Rico. The USDA hardiness zones range from 1 to 13B. Alabama happens to fall into zones 7A to 9A. Because of Alabama's location, this can mean they experience temperatures from as low as 0 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit and highs from 20 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit.
North America is divided into 11 zones. An interesting fact about the zones: the lower the number, the lower the temperatures are in that zone. The higher the number, the higher the temperatures in that zone.
So, what is hardiness, and what does the USDA mean when they say your zone? Hardiness is in reference to the plant and not the climate of that zone. So, hardiness is about the plants, not the weather.
You may know all about how the USDA hardiness zones are laid out and labeled, but there is a catch. The USDA does not have all the information you will need to plant, grow, and harvest a crop. You got a little work to do on your own. Make sure you understand some key information. 1. What are the local freeze dates? 2. What are your local thaw cycles? 3. What does winter snow cover look like? 4. What is the expected annual precipitation? And lastly, what are the effects of the location or elevation of your ground? Understand these, and the zones make a lot more sense and will be useful to planting and crop seed decisions.
Additional considerations not in a hardiness zone report, but would also be wise to consider: crop pests and diseases, along with soil conditions and winds. These are all critical factors to success in a great harvest. By now, you are probably thinking, I thought this was about Alabama. Why, yes, it is. Alabama actually has 5 USDA hardiness zones across the state. Starting in the north with Zone 7A covers 0 degrees to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and Zone 7B covers 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Zone 8A covers 10 degrees Fahrenheit to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. The subzone to that is 8B, and it covers 15 degrees Fahrenheit to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. The last zone in Alabama is Zone 9A. This covers temperature ranges from 20 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Knowledge of these zones will help you select the best plants to thrive in these specific regions of Alabama.
Up next is a short slide to review and/or pause to better understand the southern United States hardiness zones. Okay, so all this talk about zones, what does it really mean? Well, the zones will help the farm pick the best possible seed to thrive in the specific conditions for your farm. By using seeds that are bred for the soil, weather, and zone, you will give your plants the best possible chance to thrive. And oh boy, does Alabama row crops thrive. Did you know? Alabama's #1 crop by receipt value at sale is cotton, and we produce around $350 million annually. Alabama also produces around $265 million in corn sales annually. And we are second to Georgia in the production of peanuts. We do produce a respectable $120 million annually in peanut sales delivered to market for sale. Not too bad, I would say.
Wow. Those are some impressive numbers to be putting up here. In total, Alabama's top 3 field crops produce a staggering $733 million in revenue alone. And that does not even include the other crops like produce, fresh market vegetable, or hay forage production in the state.
With those kind of numbers, it is probably not too surprising that the same three top production field crops are also the same but in a slightly different order. Coming in at number 1 with total delivered production numbers is corn. Alabama produced 56.3 million bushels of corn with a yield forecast of 168 bushels per acre. This was a yield increase of 64% from 2022. Cotton in value it is first, but in production it is second. With cotton, Alabama produced 710,000 bales weighing in around 480 pounds per bale. Alabama produced 339 million pounds of the fluffy white stuff for sale in the market. Again, bringing in the tail is the humble peanut. Peanut, where we grew a respectable 447 million pounds. At an average of 2,600 per acre.
The largest corn-producing county in the state is Lawrence County, with an average total of 33,400 acres harvested. Coming in second is Madison County with 26,200 acres harvested. And in third place was Lauderdale with a total harvest of 23,600 acres. Corn matters in Alabama. The top 5 producing counties in Alabama for cotton in 2023 were 1. Limestone County with 60,000 bales, 2. Cherokee with 55,000 bales, 3. Madison County with 50,000 bales, 4 was Houston County with 47,000 bales, and in 5th was Lauderdale County with 47,000 bales. A lot of these counties are also large corn producers, as corn and cotton have a lot of conditions in common. They are both warm season crops that share soil requirements and often the pest and disease like nematodes, and both crops will do better under irrigated conditions. Last, we have the humble peanut, so useful it has 1,000 ways to be used. Did you know the peanut is not in fact a nut at all? Rather, it is a legumes. It belongs to the same family as beans, lentils, and peas. Alabama produces a lot of these beans, and our top county producers are: in first place is Houston County, followed by Geneva, and in third is Baldwin County.
Alabama has a robust agricultural history. These 3 field crops have been around for some time now. Corn. Before European colonization, Native Americans in Alabama grew corn as part of the Three Sisters along with beans and squash. After the Civil War, corn was a major crop in Alabama to feed livestock and the people who worked on the land. Today, corn is planted throughout Alabama, but most production is in the north. Lawrence, Madison, Limestone, Jackson, Lauderdale, and Colbert produce more than 50% of the state's corn.
Cotton, another heavy hitter, has been around a while since its introduction. Cotton originated from India, Pakistan, Mexico, and Peru. Cotton was the driving economic force in the creation of Alabama. The search for land to grow cotton attracted the first settlers into the state's river valleys. Cotton also created the 2 dominant labor systems, slavery in the Old South and sharecropping in the New South.
Again, the new guy to Alabama is the humble peanut. Peanuts originated from South America. Peanuts helped farmers recover from the boll weevil to contribute billions of dollars to the U.S. economy. In the 1910s, an insect named the boll weevil made its way to the state of Alabama and devastated cotton crops. George Washington and peanuts saved the day. The peanut not only helped make the land fertile and profitable again, it also helped the poor sharecroppers get out of poverty.
In conclusion, Alabama is a great state to produce row crops in. Alabama's top three crops in both value and row crop production remain a critical staple in human and animal food production, along with cotton clothing. Here in Alabama, we proudly produce corn, cotton, and peanuts. And always remember, Auburn is always there to help with any crop investigation needs or soil sampling tests. Thanks for listening to our presentation. Remember, support your local Alabama farms.